Daddy, I had a pet dream. You blink your eyes and pull up on your elbows. Your clock glows red in the darkness. It's 3:23 a.m. Do you want to climb into bed and tell me about it? No, Daddy. The oddness of the situation wakes you up more fully. You can barely make out your daughter's pale form in the darkness of your room. Why not, sweetie? Because in my dream, when I told you about the dream, the thing wearing mommy's skin sat up. For a moment you felt paralyzed. You cannot take your eyes off your daughter's. The covers behind you begin to shift. Heather was at her friend Jenny's house one afternoon. It was after school, and Jenny's parents haven't arrived home from work yet. It was just the two of them, and they were engrossed in a board game. Heather was having a good time, except they were playing in a room adjacent to Jenny's parents' bedroom. And every now and then, Heather would glance up through the open door of that bedroom to see a little girl doll sitting up on the bed. Her eyes appeared to be staring at them. She tried to ignore it, but over time it started to get to her. I'm sorry, she said, but I can't concentrate. That doll on the bed over there is giving me the creeps. Oh, no problem, Jenna replied. She went to the room and closed the door to calm Heather down. Then the two friends resumed their game. It hadn't been long, however, before Heather glanced up once again. The door to the room was open, and again the doll appeared to be staring at them. Jenny couldn't understand it. She could have swore that no one was home, and there was no way the door could have opened without the knob being turned. Shrugging, she went up to the bedroom, closed the door, and this time made sure that it clicked shut. But again and again, they would check the door and find it wide open. Heather was starting to get very scared. Finally, Jenny had enough of this. She went into the bedroom, grabbed the doll, and threw it into the closet, slamming it shut. She then slammed the bedroom door shut behind her, and they resumed their game. For a while, things appeared to be going well. But then Heather glanced up one last time. All of a sudden, she stood up and said goodbye, and ran home as fast as she could. This time, when Jenny looked up, she saw the bedroom door only slightly ajar, with a chair propped up behind it. And sitting in that chair, peeking through the opening at them, was the doll. I'm pretty freaked out. That thing has been there for almost a week. Figure in the window. It looks featureless. Only skin on a human frame. And it's pressing itself against the glass somehow. I don't know how it got there, and I don't know how to get rid of it. At first, I thought it was a prank. A doll or a mannequin that some jerks put there to scare me. But I realized as I walked out of my house to pull it away, it wasn't there. I shrugged it off, thinking that someone had hidden it while I was walking through my door. But I went back in and looked at that same window, and it was looking and staring at me. I walked around my house yelling for whoever it was to come out, but no one was there. The thing is hairless and naked, and it didn't look like it actually had eyes, or even a face at all. But its head turned towards me when I entered the room. When I sit at my computer, I can feel its faceless hatred pouring into my neck. But when I turn around, it innocently turned in a different direction. Finally, on Thursday, I tried to open the window, but it's stuck. I think the thing's hands are keeping it down. But I got a good look at its face. Its eyes and mouth are behind it, the skin pushing outwards. It stared at me, smiling. I pulled back a fist and smashed it into the glass, determining once and for all to get rid of the glaring monster, and I know I'm strong enough, but that glass should have cracked. But it didn't. It shuddered under my hand, but it didn't break. And that smile got wider and wider and wider, until I thought its head would break in half. It raised its own hand and bashed the window with its palm. It was mocking me. But I saw the faintest crack begin to appear where it hit, and I backed away. No way did I want to smile in the same room as me. So I got a roll of duct tape and I started covering the window. I couldn't look directly at it. I nearly shit my fucking pants just knowing it was watching me, but I couldn't help it. I took a quick glance at the skin-covered face. A small peek. It was angry. That menacing grin was now a gaping frown full of teeth. The skin had ripped away from its mouth, and all I could see down its cadaverous throat. A menacing rumble started to fill the house, and the hairline crack began to spread like splintering ice. I pulled down the duct tape and the rumble stopped. The split skin healed over and it began to smile again. Now it's night, and the noise hasn't started again. There are no sounds, no rumble, no cracking glass. Everything's quiet now. But I can feel its claws gripping the back of my chair. I can hear its skin stretching as it smiles.